What's up, Black people? Welcome to Yemimah's World, the Djelimusa's Cafe. I am your hostess. I am Yemimah. Saturday afternoon, I'm getting ready to head out to a misa, but I wanted to just come on really quick and do this real quick podcast. So I've been seeing a lot of, more so than normal, people calling African spirituality and African sacred science demonic. And so I just wanted to come on really quick to try to explain why people think that, or maybe, give my opinion of why people think that African spirituality is demonic. So most people have only seen African spirituality through the eyes and lens of Hollywood. They've seen voodoo, movies about voodoo and things of that nature. And they, of course, show made up rituals that happen in voodoo. And people don't take the time to really study or ask questions about it. And so they think that these rituals of human sacrifices and things of that nature take place in voodoo, which is one of the oldest religions in the world. And the word voodoo itself simply means spirit. And I see a lot of us, a lot of Black people, look at this and go, oh, that's demonic. That's not of Jesus. That's not of God, blah, 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 blah. And then I see a lot of white people are now embracing African spirituality. They've been invited to the cookout, whether it's a physical cookout or a digital cookout. They've been invited to it and are gleaning from what, their Black friends are willing to share, which they need to stop. But what I don't see, or what Black people don't see, is the demonicness of Christianity, which is probably one of the most demonic religions out there. And I'll tell you why it is. So again, we look at what we see on Hollywood screen of voodoo and we think, oh, that's demonic. And, oh, you can't use crystals, you can't use incense, you can't use sage. Any of that stuff is demonic. All of those things are found in the Bible that people in the Bible actually use. Divination, all of that's in the Bible. Rituals in the Bible that they used to worship God or to follow God or to follow the commandments of God. So where do the evil rituals come in for Christianity? Well, I'll tell you where it comes in. Number one, it comes in from the Catholic Church, who organized and instituted chattel slavery. It was the Catholic Church brainchild to send missionaries into Africa and to eventually enslave Africans and bring them to the Caribbean and then to the United States. So that in itself was a ritual. After the end of chattel slavery, quote unquote, the end of it, I would say, because it's still going on today. Well, I won't say chattel slavery is not, but slavery is still happening today in different places in America and other countries and other continents as well. But after slavery ended here, they started the rituals of lynching. So the reason lynching was not as prevalent during slavery as it was after slavery ended was because during slavery, we were considered property. And the enslavers would lose money if you lynched their property. Case in point, when Gabriel started his revolution in the 1800s in August, when they were caught, they were lynching so many enslaved Africans down in Shockoe Bottom in Richmond, Virginia, that it is said that Sally Hemings went to Thomas Jefferson for him to say something so that they could stop so many lynchings. And they stopped the lynchings and then sold the property down further south. So see, enslavers can't make money off of a dead enslaved person. They can sell the bodies, but they can't make money off of a dead body. So after the Civil War, we were no longer considered property, and it didn't matter. They weren't making money off of a live one or a dead one, so it didn't matter if you were dead or not. So they started the rituals of lynching. We get through that. That's come back around again. Then you have Jim Crow laws, and you have the rituals of segregation and keeping Black people out of opportunities. Those were rituals. And I say they were Christian rituals because not all Christians enslaved people, but all those that enslaved were one of three religions. Either they were Christians, you had some Jews that enslaved people, and you had some Muslims that enslaved people. Those are rituals. Enslaving people is centuries long rituals. You can't get any more demonic than that. And again, it was all sanctioned by the Catholic Church, who is supposed to be the epitome of Christianity. Christianity started with the Catholic Church. It started in Rome with the Catholic Church. And so the greatest crime against humanity, the most demonic crime against humanity, came from Christianity. And Black Christians have the dumdacity to say that African spirituality is demonic, but embrace this demonic legacy every single day. They run to the church. They run to see how they can get a certificate to preach the demonic words of this religion. They embrace it with 10 toes down and chest puffed out every single day. They do. Now, our ancestors, who this religion was forced upon, trust and believe. They were never fully immersed in this. Even when we started our Black organizations, as far as our Black churches, it was never the white man's religion that we embraced. We never embraced their Christianity. It didn't happen until maybe around the 50s or 60s that we fully started to embrace this white Western doctrine of Christianity. Never. Now, if you look at the thumbnail of this podcast, you will see on the left is a picture of a Black woman that appears to be burning incense or sage and maybe pouring libations to invoke the spirit of her ancestors or whatever deities that she serves or whatever gods of you have, whatever have you that she serves. On the right is a picture of an auction of white Christians putting Black people on the auction and selling them. Now, which one is more demonic? Burning sage and incense and pouring libations to honor your ancestors and your God, or putting Black women on the auction block and selling them? I'll give you some time to think about that. Yeah. All right, so I gotta go because I have a misa to go to. But I just want to do this really quick because it just had that wasn't intense, but it was a conversation that I had on social media where this Black guy who was African said the African ancestors did not save Black people from slavery. And he said it kind of like condescending, like you Black people are honoring your ancestors and they didn't even save you from slavery. And my response to that was, well, they may not have saved us from slavery, but your God, your white God, not only created chattel slavery through his followers, but endorsed it, supported it, and rewarded those who followed out his orders. So I'm not understanding what your point is, sir. But I digress. All right, so I'm going to get out of here. I may come back with a part 2 about this because there's so much more to delve into. Their Bible says that our people perish from lack of knowledge. I say that we perish not only from lack of knowledge, but we perish from the wisdom to use the knowledge that we've gained. Until next time, I'll be black again. Peace. Stay safe.